This is Outside the Round with Matt Burrill, a Raise Rowdy podcast.
What's going on, guys and girls? Welcome back to another episode of Outside the Round with me, Matt Burrill. Make sure you hit follow, subscribe, check out all the Raise Rowdy stuff that we have cooking. And today, one of my favorite new friends in Nashville, Tennessee. He spent time running through the Power T at Rocky Top. He's a native of East Tennessee. He's a follower of one of my favorite fast food joints in the world, Pal Sudden Service from the Tri-Cities. We got Thomas Edwards, big dog. How you doing?
Man, if I was any better, I'd be you. It's great to it's great to be here.
I have been looking forward to this for a while, man.
That's right. One man to interview the world. Yeah, dude, I'm stoked, man. It's great to be here, man.
Yeah, dude, it's great to have you. So how's life been treating you, man? I know we've been working on music, and you got a wild story that we'll get into. But
yeah, man, it's been great. It's been great. Just like, you know, how you do in this business, keeping busy, staying busy all the time with all sorts of stuff, and just wrapping up an EP. We just cut at Fame Studios down in Muscle Shoals.
Oh, that's so
sick.
Dude.
It's been crazy, man.
I've heard so many great things about that place. Obviously, history of who's come out of there. But there's a lot of artists that are starting to go down there. And it's kind of nice when you get out of town and it feels like there's an aura and an energy when you're in that room.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, like I'm signed with Warner here in town, and the biggest benefit of having a deal like that is you get to spend money when you record music. And you know, a lot of the times music you can make music in a box today. Like you can make an entire song on your computer right now and sample instruments. You could introduce AI, but you can't. The biggest thing that I wanted to do was pack up 5 of the best studio musicians, go down to Muscle Shoals for 5 days where they can't leave, you know, because like studio musicians in town, they'll go play on a Luke Bryan record, then go home to their kid's soccer game, you know? So like they're like, it's just their normal 9 to 5. So I wanted to go a step further. I was like, take them out of their comfort zone, go down to Muscle Shoals, you know, and get to know these guys. And it turned out to be really great, man. It was the most rewarding week of music that I've ever been a part of.
And you get to go down and create a project.
Yeah.
And you think about all those great rock albums from back in the day, or even like the rap and hip hop albums that like were coming out of LA and New York and Atlanta, where it's like people would go somewhere, lock themselves in, write and create a record.
It's right, yeah. And greatness of music is there needs to be tug of war. You need to be pissed off at the people you're making it with, you know, like, because they should be saying, hey, maybe you should do that again and again and again. They want to get it just right, and that gets you a little irritated. And then this brings up a whole nother level of, it's kind of just like, you know, like rolling the balls out and playing a game of football or basketball or something like that. You know, when you're out of that comfort zone and you kind of just got to do your instincts, and when you're making music, then you get the most true to form who you are music. And that was kind of what we did, man. I went down there, we cut the whole thing is about, you know, it's like the grief cycle of breaking up with a girl. So it's like the anger part, then there's like acceptance, you know, the whole kit and caboodle about that. So it was awesome we had an all-star cast of people playing on it, dude, and just got to stay down there for a week in a nice little resort and make music, dude. I feel like every single day I'm so grateful, man. I feel so blessed to even sit here to do any of this. I think it's crazy, man. I came in Tractor Supplies on the other side of here, and that's where I used to work.
Really?
Yeah, I used to work in the warehouse, Tractor Supply.
No shit.
So I left school, and then for 3 years, 2 of them, I worked night shift.
Wow.
Worked in a 1 million square foot warehouse. I was a supervisor there on the floor, and then moved to a production manager, started a new role there. But it's cool, man. It's cool coming in here doing this and then driving past Tractor Supply right next to it. I'm like, dang, dude, my life's a simulation. You know, it's like
it's all simulation.
It's great.
That's a whole other podcast.
Yeah, it's right. That's right. This podcast is about simulation and aliens and country music
and all that crazy shit, dude. But I want to kind of back up because your story is definitely unique and different. Where you growing up, like you played big time Division I SEC football at UT.
Yeah, man.
That was going to be your path, right?
Yeah. So I mean, I grew up around music. I was always a music guy. My whole family is kind of neck deep in music. My mom's a music minister. My dad's a fiddle player. My great grandfather played banjo for the Carter sisters, and growing up in Bristol, I never met him. He was before my time, but I'm named after that guy. So. Yeah. So like in all the whole time buried in within deep in me was music. But then when I was in high school, that was like shit, dude. I'm huge. Like I'm 6'5", 300 pounds, and like I wasn't even starting on the team as a junior in high school. And
Really?
I was like, I just got to do something about this. So this was like in the day of like DVD training sets. You remember the thing P90X?
Yes.
Remember Insanity?
Yeah.
So I got the DVD copy of Insanity when I was a junior. Me and my buddy Elliot, who's another lineman. We're like, dude, we're tired of being fat asses, dude. Like, we're gonna be ballers. And we just we watched that DVD set every day after school. Just kept losing weight, kept getting stronger.
Wow. How low did you get?
Not low. I mean, it's kind of like when you're a big guy. Yeah, when you're a big guy, your weight just kind of goes like this when you're working out.
It's like redistributing the fat to the muscle.
That's right, dude. So like I left school when I was 6'5", like 305, and probably left after UT. I was 6'5", 335. So that was an absolute hunk of meat after leaving there. But I'm probably like 6'5", 285 now, but all the muscles just kind of gone away, and just eat a bunch of these Dunkin' Donuts donut holes. but yeah, I just kind of was like, I should take this seriously, and then, the best ability is availability in life. It doesn't matter what you're doing. And I was just around one day and working out extra, and one of my teammates or two of my teammates were getting recruited by Tennessee. And they're like, who's this guy? And then that was just kind of the first domino that gave me the chance to go to Tennessee. And, I ended up playing there for 4 years. It was a backup. And, it wasn't like it was honestly the sweet spot of where you need to be on a roster. Like, you're not so low that you're just getting hit every day and you're a tackling dummy.
Yeah.
But you're not high where you're starting. I was always just like kind of second string world.
Yeah.
I played in like 12 or 13. I can't remember how many games, just around that many games.
Yeah.
But I was just, I was the morale guy, like if somebody went down a lot, like if an O-lineman went down at the end of the game, or we were up big or down big, I went in. But I had a ukulele in football in the locker room, and every time I see my teammates, they're just like, dude, you are the best thing in the locker room. And I realize now, like it was less my physical athletic prowess that I gave to that team and more just kind of the energy. I was always... Yeah. Because it's miserable. Playing football in college is miserable, or in general, like at any level. Like it's just like the true testament of will. Like as you are going through the hardest practices you've ever experienced, you check your phone and your best friend's on the lake. And you're like, God, what am I doing?
Those double and triple sessions.
Yeah,
are hot, man. Those are brutal. Because what years were you at UT?
2013 to 2017.
Okay, so we were there. We were in college. So you're what, 31, 30?
31, yeah.
You're 31? Yeah, you and I are the same age. Because I graduated high school 2013 as well.
Sweet.
So that was back, that was when the concussion stuff was first starting to come.
Man.
The Rebel Speed helmets were starting to come out more, where that was a big emphasis. So we were kind of at the tail end of when the practices were.
Oh,
practices,
man, dude,
bro.
Yes, dude.
High school
we joke
football.
about this all the time. I literally went to college at the dark ages of college. Like when my first actually probably 2 years before me is when the NCAA rules didn't really match up to the level of entertainment that was provided.
Yeah.
Like it was like we could go in the summer, but you couldn't eat. There was like all these little rules. Like they couldn't give you money in the summer, so they'd give you vouchers for restaurants around campus that were worth $10.
So you're like using a voucher at like Calhoun's or
Yeah.
something like that.
It was all, and then flash forward, that was in 2014.
Yeah.
And then 2024, people were making $500,000 for being a backup. And like that happened in 10 years.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. Yeah, we went to I even started a Twitter account because we were friends with our quarterback, Josh Dobbs, one of our good friends.
Yeah.
And if you walk around with a quarterback in Tennessee anywhere around Knoxville, you're going to stop every 5 seconds to take a picture.
Yeah.
So it was always a bunch of O linemen and then Dobbs. So we'd always snap a picture of the O lineman in the foreground of the picture, and Dobbs in the background getting his picture taken with someone. And we called it Life in the Shadows, and we just do it in all sorts of places. But that Twitter account blew up, dude. We had a live Sports Center interview, 10 a.m. on a Saturday with Matt whatever, I can't remember his name is. He's like the main guy on Sports Center. But I was hot off of shoulder surgery, dude. I had 2 shoulder surgeries too, so that kept me off the field. Even though that that wasn't the only thing that kept me off the field. The other thing that kept me off the field was other people were better at playing football than me. But I was hot off of shoulder surgery, took my sling off, on painkillers, trying to null the pain of this shoulder surgery. Live interview on SportsCenter at 10
For a
a.m.
Twitter account that you guys made with.
Yeah, that's right. And if NIL was around,
Yeah.
that would have been how much money you would have made off that, where you throw some ads on there.
So I think I actually got to watch you play once. This is
Really?
a crazy story. We haven't talked about this. I grew up a big Virginia Tech fan.
Ah.
So I was at the Battle of Bristol game.
Ah, okay.
So
yeah.
that was during your time, right?
Yeah, that was, but it was right. It was the week after I got my first shoulder surgery. So I had two. So really, honestly, I've played in 12 games, but if I wasn't hurt, I bet I'd play in like 15, you know?
But what was that like, just being at UT during that time, being a Tri-Cities, East Tennessee kid, and getting to play in the Coliseum, the Bristol Motor Speedway, like just being a part of UT history and college football history during that time, being in your hometown.
Dude, yes, it's the best. It was the best thing ever. The flyover at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
It was like stealth bombers.
Lee Greenwood coming out.
Lee
and
Greenwood, dude. I was like, dude, this is the greatest place.
the cars parked in the embankments. Bro. They had the flag up in the
dude.
stands.
Oh my god, it was so good.
Yeah.
Like it was perfectly executed. Like all those card thing where people were doing, it was just so good. But I mean, like if you wanted to watch the football game, you couldn't see shit.
We were up, man, and we went to because my uncle who got me into college football is a Tech grad, and then his two daughters, my two cousins, have both since graduated from Tech. But we went to the concert the night before too, where it was Kenny Chesney, Old Dominion, and Bam Perry, and Kenny had Peyton come out and sing with them.
Oh gosh, dude, that's just the best. Like it was just like the whole weekend was like that at that play. Obviously we didn't get to experience it, but like just looking back at I remember seeing videos of the tailgates, and it was like,
oh, the tailgates were wild. Getting in, because at that time it was like Bristol was obviously built for like was built into the Coliseum during the heyday of NASCAR, and you know how big those race weekends are.
Oh my god!
But at the getting in and out of that place. It took like 2 hours waiting in line to get through the gate to get into the stadium.
Dude,
bro.
it's the best. I mean, like, I think the one thing I learned about college football was like chaos and chaotic environment. I just love them.
Yeah.
Like even just the idea of just this swaths of people trying to go into this huge, like they've never done it before, so all the rules are a little bit like, let's see how it works, you know, and it's just like you need to get 160,000 people. I mean, it was such a big moment for East Tennessee. There's a furniture store in my hometown that last year, 2025, for the last 10 years, they had a huge mural painted like a Hokie versus Smokey on the side of their furniture store, and it was there for 10 years. They just took it off like last year. It was crazy. Epic, dude. It's like especially because like Virginia Tech. It's a weird thing because like in Northeast Tennessee, you're probably 2.5, 3 hours from Blacksburg.
It's just up 81.
So like there's a lot of Virginia Tech fans in Northeast Tennessee. So, but then you come down to Knoxville and they're gone. It's like it's only up in that little corner.
It divides somewhere along the I-40, the 81
to
40 corridor.
They just
like
go away.
when you get to like Dandridge or something like that, dude. It just shifts, man. Yeah, so you got to be in that environment. So now playing being around environments where you're getting to do shows.
Yeah,
you've performed on the football field in front of some of the biggest crowds that there are. From playing obviously at Neyland or going down to that trash hole that is Tuscaloosa. Athens or any of those.
Yeah, Tuscaloosa. That football wise, we hate them. Yeah. But the great town for a good weekend. Yeah, for a great little weekend, man. I love it. Love it.
They're a lot of fun, but now it's like you're getting to be on a stage and performing in front of people.
Yeah,
so
man.
Talk about what that transitional period was like, where you're not on the field hitting motherfuckers, and you're out there.
Yeah, that's right.
You're out there writing songs, and you're getting to do all kinds of cool shit. You talk about them. You had the musical background growing up, but you've gotten to team up with folks like Quavo that live in that EDM country EDM space. Yeah. You've gotten to write songs with incredible people, and now you've got your own projects coming out.
Yeah, man. It's like I said, dude, I'm so grateful. I think everything that I did up until this point in my life kind of prepared me for this. Like football the parallels of football and music are incredible. Yeah. Like it's just like your body is your asset. And music, you're not going through 100 simulated car wrecks every day. But like, like that's what it is. I mean, like I always say it's so funny. Like playing O-line in college is not fun. It is not what you would think playing football is. Like the quarterbacks and the receiver, they're over there just throwing the ball around, routes on air. and then all day we're just hitting a sled and pushing it across the
collision
grass.
sport.
Yeah, that's
You're
right.
Crash dummy.
And if you're not doing that, you're doing it to your teammates, and
Yeah.
then you fight each other, and then you make up, and then it's just repeat. So going from that world to when I got a shoulder surgery, I tore my labrum, and it goes from 100 miles an hour to 0. I went from like squatting 650 pounds to trying to curl a 1 pound weight with my hand.
Wow.
To get strength back in my hand. And you can, just hearing that, you can feel how crazy that might make you. So like the first song I wrote was just out of like, I don't know what I'm so bored and I need to figure out a way to use my brain and challenge myself again.
Yeah.
So I used my little limp gimp arm that I had and kind of threw it up on the neck of a guitar, which I never knew how to play at this point. Like it was not even a...
It was not even like a thing. Like,
No.
you had been around the guitar.
I had a guitar in
bunch.
my apartment. It was just kind of like your normal guy that has a guitar in his apartment. It's just like there.
Yeah.
You touch it every now and then. It's completely out of tune. You don't know how to tune it, so you just kind of don't touch it.
It's just there.
Yeah, it's there. So eventually, I figured out how to tune them over and put my hands on the guitar and wrote a song called "Leave Me Alone," and then didn't really think anything about it. I just kind of just like, oh, that was cool, and I really loved doing it. But when you're in that football mode, everything's so fast and fleeting that like it was just like I was like, I got to rehab, got to get better. So then I flash forward, I'm skipping a lot of steps here, but I leave school and I'm like, this is not. I just lived a fake life. Like everybody loves me here, and I don't even play. Like I need to go work in the real world and get a real idea of what's going on. Went to Tractor Supply. I worked for 3 years, and only through working for two years there, where I was like, okay, I need to figure out what I want to do.
Yeah.
So then I was just very diligent, man. I was very calculated about saving up money and being very, frugal as I worked. And then, cause like when I first started working, man, I got in that comfort hole, man, where I was like going to work, didn't like my job that much, love the people I worked with, but it was just, I'm always this delusional. I need some bigger, grandiose vision, like, and if whatever I'm doing doesn't lend to that, I feel like I'm doing myself a disservice. So I'm like, I'm sitting here, I was just thinking about growing. I was like, is this what I'm going to do? And then I just realized I was getting off work. I was going to fancy dinners because I was making good money. I was just getting drunk and fat and hated my life. I could just see my trajectory of just working at Tractor Supply, maybe getting another job, maybe going over here. And so I just quit, and for about a year, I didn't do anything. I just kind of just had enough money saved up, and I had invested in some stuff and had enough money to just kind of figure things out. And that's where I kind of assimilated into the music world and met friends in music. And then I was the guy that picked up a guitar up at a party one time, and somebody said, you should do that, like, seriously, like you're good at it. So then after that day, I just started writing songs, and since then, that was probably October 2021, I quit my job. It's 2026. I've written hundreds and hundreds of songs, and because I knew just from the football background, there's only one way to get into this business or any business anytime. And it's just practicing it and getting better at it. And I think we romanticize music like there isn't sweat equity in this business.
Bro, you need reps.
Reps, that's right.
You need reps as a
in
writer.
all facets.
Reps as a writer, reps recording, reps performing,
Yes.
reps networking,
That's
reps
right.
being the best hang you can be, because
That's
that's
right.
so important. Like, yeah, man.
Yeah, and they call this place a 10-year town, not because there's some, like, you have to earn your stripes. It's just because you as a human are not going to understand the inhuman nature of this business without really being in it and understanding, like, okay, I don't need to worry about this stuff because I've witnessed and I've seen this.
Yeah.
I need to worry about this stuff, and I need to get this aligned with this. But yeah, I mean, it's just kind of I'm 40% in on my 10-year town bid.
Yeah.
it's like I'm in prison.
Who were the first like music connections that?
Yeah, John Bradley was the first guy I met, just through a mutual friend, and one of my first co-rides was hilarious. It was right when it was with it was with Jet Harvey too. It was right after he had wrote "Rockin' a Hard Place" too. And it co-writing in itself was a whole other beast to figure out because I'm so full of myself and won't shut up half the time. So like that's a skill you got to learn to tailor back in a writing room.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the shy person that's going to be reluctant to really speak their opinion unless there's a perfect little hole in the conversation will never say anything. So that's the cool thing about that writing room chemistry is I need those people in the room with me because I'm such the opposite, you know.
Yeah, dude, it's about getting vulnerable and being there to listen to other people's shit while you're sharing your shit.
Yeah,
and
man.
then it's collaboration. You know,
For
it's so
sure.
important.
Man, I've had some funny co-writes, man. Some awesome ones too. I mean, I wrote some songs with Ne-Yo when he was in town.
Really?
Yeah, and it was the funniest day, man. The night before they had they announced my record deal, so I had signed for 6 months, but I was just like, you know, as soon as you get a press release, you're like, I gotta get drunk, you know, it's party, you know.
Got something to celebrate.
Yeah,
I got a reason to drink tonight.
Yeah, it's right. It's exactly right. So I was like, all right, we're tearing it down. So,
Yeah, we're doing this.
yeah, so I got loaded that night, and the next morning at 11 a.m. I had to write, and I usually never look at my calendar until the day of. I kind of just wake up and go, because now it's to the point, like, if I'll look at it, it'll be like, you're writing with Michael Bublé, you know, like, it's just like, it's not really him, but like,
Random.
you're crazy scale writers now because of just, I have a wonderful publisher, wonderful in making those connections and getting in some awesome rooms. So I kind of will overwhelm myself if I kind of look far ahead, because I just firmly believe that everyone's instinct in writing songs or singing is why you're here, and you train your instinct, and then like by writing a bunch of songs, and then in a moment like this, if you've done the work, then even if you're hungover and half of a human, the shell of a human, walking into the biggest global pop star house that he rented in Franklin, you can still kind of pull something out of your ass, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
But like, dude, I remember I was so hungover I could barely open my eyes. And I get to this mansion in Franklin that he had rented, and I walk in there, dude, and I just hilarious, man. First of all, I got there and I was like, dude, there's nobody here. Then all of a sudden, somebody came to the door, and just a very, very short guy, and he was just like, "You looking for Ne-Yo?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Come on," and brought me into this house. And then everybody was just in this kitchen. There's about 20 people in this kitchen.
Also, the whole entourage.
Yeah, it's everybody's in there. I'm the only white guy. I'm in this kitchen, and they're all talking about. I walk into this conversation, and they're going, "Ain't no way Jesus is white." so I'm walking in. I can barely open my eyes. I'm sung home. I'm the only white guy in this place. And the first conversation was like, "Ain't no way Jesus is white. It's the Middle East, you know." And we'll borrow the conversation of that. But I'm just sitting there with like, what do I say? If I say anything, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, I'm Thomas," and they're gonna be like, "Whatever," you know.
What do you contribute to the situation you just walked
that's
into?
Right. So then, you know, I kind of sat there a little longer.
Yeah.
And then we go outside by the pool. Ne-Yo has a bunch of kids. They're all running around, and I start blowing up balloons. So like I'm blowing up just balloons for his kids. Like I'm tying knots to these little balloons, throwing them up.
You're just balloon guy at the party.
Yeah, that's right. I'm the
like a
balloon
children's
guy. I'm the
birthday party.
I'm the balloon guy. And I literally, at one point, I looked over to Ne-Yo, and this is before I really talked to him, man. And I was like, "Hey, your kids better not pop this balloon. They might get drunk." And because it's just my breath. And
Yeah.
and he just kind of looked at me like I was crazy, and I was like, "You want to write a song?" And we ended up writing a couple great songs, you know.
Yeah.
But like, it was just one of those moments where it was like I had about 10 break the fourth wall office moments where I would like look at the camera and go like, the camera, like it was there, and just go, how the hell is this happening to me?
Yeah, it's like The Office or Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah, that's right, dude. My life is
like,
Curb Your Enthusiasm.
You're like, where is Larry?
Yeah,
Where's Jeff?
100%.
Where is what's JB Smoot? Where's Leon?
Yeah,
know,
Leon.
Leon's just gonna walk through the gate and do something crazy.
Dude, crazy thing about, I used to love that show. Used to love that Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah.
But the last season, there's a dog in the show.
Yeah.
It's my ex-girlfriend's dog.
No shit. How does that happen?
She lived in LA and her dog got cast into the show.
So wait, dogs. So wait, you can offer your pet up to be an actor in Hollywood?
Yeah, I don't know how to say this politely, but I guess like when you're trying to get into the business, anything works.
It's
you know?
like worse than like raising a child actor and like forcing a kid to go to trials because the animal really has no idea what's going on.
I just like to think about there's a house somewhere in Hollywood that's
Yeah.
just full of exotic animals, and it's just this weird guy that's trying to get them in a bunch of movies. You know?
Yeah, it's like,
you need a kangaroo.
he's got a leopard, he's got Kangaroo Jack, he's got an ostrich, he's got
You need a chimpanzee. You need one that's
Komodo dragon.
yeah. You need a A friendly one and one that's a little ornery. Ornery one's gonna cost a little money.
Just the exotic dealer guy that's somewhere hanging out in Hollywood. That's crazy.
Yeah, but I don't know. You did ask me a question that started that.
I did ask you. That's why I was so excited. I'm like, bro, this is gonna be a roller coaster. Shout out to everybody listening and watching.
Yeah, man. Woo.
Because this is gonna be a fun one. But so you like talking about that transition period, and you were going into the Ne-Yo story. What was he like as a collaborator?
Well, dude, it kind of sometimes you write with people and you get uninspired. You're like, oh, this was all just kind of bells and whistles and smoke and mirrors. It's an act. It's a circus act. He was not that. That dude was an assassin.
Like once you got in the room and
dude.
started,
He was writing. He was driving the ship lyrically. He was driving the ship melodically, singing. He's the craziest singer ever. When he laid down vocals, he laid down 5 vocal passes in a row: the lead, the harmony, the reverb background,
So he did all of it.
All of it.
So it's like normally where somebody's putting a plug in on it, it's like, no, it's all
Yeah,
Ne-Yo.
or even just he didn't even, there was no direction. Like he was guiding the ship, and he was the engine of the ship. You know what I'm saying? Like,
wow.
So there was another guy that was like that was Quavo. I worked with Quavo too.
Oh, dude, what's that like?
Yeah, but
what a legend.
they're both had the similarities of their artists, man. Like they have their craft. They're masters of their craft. Like Quavo came into a room with us and he just said, "I want to write like you guys write." I mean, you know how rap studios work. It's a party in there. Like when I was walking in, I was like drinking water all day. One, because I had to come back from Bonnaroo. I was at Bonnaroo, then I came back to work with them.
You would go to Bonnaroo. We'll get into that after this Quavo story because I want to hear all about that.
Yeah, but it was awesome and refreshing, man. I think a lot of the times we create silos for genres and how music's made, but at the top creatives in all genres, they're all humans approaching this in the same way.
Yeah.
Like they understand that you need to collaborate without an ego. Like even Quavo, a guy that could do whatever he wants in the music space. He comes in and says, "Hey, I can sell at every club. I want to sell at stadiums."
Yeah.
So like he's still driven. He's still the guys. I grew up banging all that music. Like in the football locker rooms, and it's like a cultural piece of my life.
Yeah.
And still he's chopping wood at the top. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not like coasting and doing whatever. He's trying to keep getting bigger and better.
He's not just popping into multiple. Because I've heard other artists that do this. And it's like they'll host like a writer's retreat, and then there's like 3 or 4 rooms that are working on stuff, and they'll pop in throughout like a day.
Dude.
He's in the room with you.
The whole time, man. I don't want to go into too much detail about it, but there was a time where we just turned the lights off and smoked something and just laid back and and Jackson Nance was playing guitar.
Dude, I love Jackson.
Yeah, dude.
Jackson's one of my favorite dudes in town.
Killer, man. Lefty, Mississippi blues boy.
Yes, yeah, legend.
He's so good, man. And I think, it was kind of the similarities of just like masters of their craft, and it really just inspired me to. You got to fly your own flag, man. I feel like a lot of the times, especially in this genre, we get really hung up about bowling with gutter guards on. Like, does this fit in the lane of whatever?
Gutter guards are gone.
Yeah,
now,
that's
bro.
right.
We're
man.
in 2026.
That's right.
You can do whatever the hell you want to do.
Yeah, like this is the music is to tell your story as an artist, and it's a vehicle. It's a medium of art. Just like wearing, like the Met Gala a couple weeks ago. The thing was, fashion is art.
Yeah.
Medium of art, music, medium of art. It's in a medium of expression. And the countryness, in my opinion, the inherent countryness of music comes from the people first. The music that they deliver is a vehicle to express their art.
Yes.
And that's where, you see these, as time goes and passes, you look at these artists that come out of the woodworks into the grand stage, a lot of them, actually, I would venture to say all of them, they're just doing a great job of showcasing who they are. Ella Langley, like you're friends with her.
Yes, yeah.
Her entire act exploding is the perfect culmination of the right people musically, her direction sonically, and her understanding who she is to give the world.
Yeah, she's one of those artists that what she'll do before she went into that album, she made a playlist of inspirational, like, this is what I'm listening to right now. This is what I want to create. This is what I want to deliver to the world and to my fans.
Yeah, it's like that.
And that's powerful.
For sure, man. And it's fueled by delusion. It's fueled by you listen. It's like me. I listen to Prince because my mom really liked no artist except for Prince, and I'll hear some Prince song and just be like, I got to be better than that. And like Prince is the best guy to ever do this thing.
Yeah,
you know,
one of the greatest halftime shows ever. In the
yeah,
Super
it's
Bowl.
like, you know, like yeah. So I think about like Prince and Ray Charles, and like in the back of my mind, I'm like, how do I do what they do? How do I create this? That's your delusion that keeps you going.
Yeah.
And then you just be honest and truthful for your platform, and then people can grow to know who you are, and then that's, you know.
You got to be crazy to want to do this.
That's right. You can't, if you want to do.
You got to be a little messed up in the head
That's
to be
right.
like, I want to be a singer. I want to be an artist. I want to be a songwriter. I want to be a producer. I want to be a
even
guitar
your role,
player.
man. Your role is
What we
full of
do.
risk. Yeah, like you
it
can't,
is.
if you want to be extraordinary, you can't take advice from ordinary people.
Yeah.
And when you when you take the first step into anything, your friends are going to tell you you're crazy.
Yeah.
My brother called me when I was quitting my job, and he said, "You're an idiot. Just go to work and figure it out when you get off work." And I was like, I can't do that, dude. I can't. I have to do that. I have to take this jump. I have to leap off the ledge.
Yeah.
And that's one of my biggest things in my act is I want to empower people to do that, to try it. And it doesn't matter. You don't have to do this fancy music thing. It could just be like, I want to cook. And you're just sitting there on your hands at your house, and you're like, maybe tomorrow I'll go get the stuff at the grocery store and cook. But that's a creative outlet,
Yeah.
you know, like it's just, you got to take the first step every time, and you never know what happens. Like 2021, when I was leaving Tractor Supply Company, did you think in the next 5 years that I would ever thought that I would have a record deal, a publishing deal? I'd work with Quavo, Ne-Yo, Luke Bryan, all of that stuff. I would never imagine it.
You're recording at Fame Studios.
Yeah, recording for
brother.
my own record, recording on a record deal, you know, like. But I think it just goes back to it's sweat equity, you know, like you only get caught up in this business when you stop working and you start coasting, you know, and a lot of that's the goal in this business for those watching at home is to go like this, you know?
Yeah.
And a lot of the times as in this business, there's so much this going on around you.
There is.
You know, so like
so
if you're trying to
much.
do this the whole time, it's like you're on a kid's roller coaster. You know, and then in the meanwhile, there's just like 46 switchback roller coaster happening around you, and you're like, that looks kind of fun. But then in the meantime, you know, like you doing this for a long time, you're going to get a lot further.
Yeah, I want to go on the the Wild Eagle at Dollywood.
Oh, dude,
you know,
crap.
I want to go on that.
I've got a crazy story about the Wild Eagle at Dollywood.
I've rode. I'm not a huge roller coaster guy, but I've got a lovely girlfriend. She's got an amazing, soon-to-be 8-year-old daughter.
Oh,
I've
sweet.
been learning how to be stepdaddy for her, and she's great. And we took a trip to Dollywood for 4th of July last year, which was awesome. I'd never been before, and she is so adventurous. I didn't grow up a huge roller coaster guy, but I went on every roller coaster at Dollywood multiple times with that little girl.
Dude.
We did Wild Eagle in the front, Wild Eagle in the back, and she's loving it.
Did you do Blazing Fury,
Yes.
the old one? I love that one, dude.
Yeah, we did all the old shit,
The
new
he's
shit.
about to jump off that house, and he goes, she's got they're like a caricature. She's got the little
yeah.
trampoline. He goes, now you be careful now. I got a weak back. I grew up going there all the time.
I was going to say Dollywood has to be a huge part of it for
dude.
you and your family being East Tennessee folks.
Oh, yeah. The season pass costs as much as 2 tickets. So,
Yeah.
like, you could go to Food City and get some promo
Yeah.
where it's even cheaper.
Shout out Food City.
Yeah, shout
bro.
out Food City, dude. So
Love
I was there all the time, man. Funniest story though about the Wild Eagle when
Yeah.
it first opened. I think I was in school, and I was, I'm a big guy. I got big shoulders, man. And sometimes those roller coasters are not really kind of built for a guy of my stature. So
Everybody thinks you're too small to ride a roller coaster. Sometimes you might be too big.
Yes,
being
that's right.
Big is just as much of a hazard as being little.
dude. So like the Dollywood lines are never crazy long unless the ride is brand new. In
Yeah.
this case, the ride was brand new. So it's crazy there, you know. And I get in this line. I wait for an hour and a half, and then and the line is crazy. It's like buzzing. It's like the new ride at Dollywood, and Dollywood's not like Disney that throws something new up every 5 minutes. Like it's pretty thought out, and the community of Dollywood loves to see something new, but they're gonna, they got to go check it out.
Yeah.
So I get to the ride, I sit down in the seat, and they push down those little shoulder clamps on me, and they don't snap. So then at the first time, I'm like, all right, he's gonna push it a little harder, and then it's just gonna make it. So then the guy goes against a little guy, working, he's a little kid. And he tries to push it down again, and then it doesn't snap. So then he gets his other little kid friend that's working. And now here I'm stalling the whole thing up. There's a line, it's an hour and a half, and here's 2 kids just trying to jump on top of this damn harness and push it down. And they couldn't get it, dude. And for whatever reason, like that's whatever. I'm fine with that. The embarrassing part was they didn't let me leave on the exit side.
Oh, so you had to walk past.
Yeah, because there's probably some precaution when they run the roller coaster. Because as soon as I got off, I was just laughing and joking, and then they let the roller coaster go. But then I guess because the roller coaster was going, I couldn't go out the exit one. So they made me walk through the line against the traffic and just
all those people,
just
all
look
those
everybody in the
families.
face that just watched me not able to sit on this roller coaster. And they're like,
Walk of shame.
Everyone was like, "I'm sorry, man." I was like, "It's all right, dude." Like
You get pat on the back.
yeah. By the time I get to the end of the line, I got like 50 "I'm sorries." Like I just did the worst thing in the world happened to me, and I started believing it. And I was like, "Dang, dude, that does suck," But I just.
So have you gotten to ride it?
No, actually,
No, it's never been able to.
It's it's kind of like skydiving. I've always wanted to skydive, but you got to do tandem skydiving first, and you got to be below 250 pounds.
Oh yeah,
I haven't been below 250 pounds since I was 8th grade. I don't know how I'm gonna get down there, man.
It'd be a fast dive.
It's right. It's right. It'd be quick. It's cost effective. Just try it. Just come on, dude. Just go pick me up, drop me off.
Take a risk. God damn, that'd be crazy, man.
Yeah, Dollywood's the best, man.
Yeah, I love it, man. I'm hoping we get out there again this summer, man.
Yeah,
but talk about this project. What's the title?
Yeah, man, it's called High Times.
So High Times is the title track.
Title track of the
thing.
EP. Yeah, so it's 8-song guy. I when I went down there, I took a camera crew. We did a little documentary too.
I love that.
Spent a lot of time on it, man. I think a lot of time just me talking about the songs and what they mean to me. It's all the songs I wrote with people here, and it's all kind of around one relationship I had in the last year and a half too. And it's really cool and rewarding that despite writing hundreds and hundreds of songs, the ones that permeate up to the top are the ones that are just like real stories that have happened. And that's kind of just the direction. I think I really wanted to get after human-made music. In the world of procedurally generated music, which I use and love. I think it's fun. It's a kitschy little.
There's a time and place for everything.
Yeah, it's fun. But I wanted to make a record that was just 5 dudes in a beat-up old studio that is the legendary studio of Fame. Yeah. In Fame, you walk out you're it's a picture of all of Leonard Skinner or Aretha Franklin at the door standing right there, and you walk out and there's just a CVS pharmacy right there. It's just you're just in the normal place.
Yeah.
And it's just so magical. And I think that it contributed a whole bunch to the music. I think we all and you as an artist, the only thing you can want in that scenario is buy-in from the session musicians.
Yeah.
I mean, we had Tom Bukovac playing electric, who's a legendary electric guitar player, Mark Hill on the bass, Chris McHugh on drums. Mark and Chris were Keith's backline for 15 years, Keith Urban.
Wow.
Gordon Moat on the piano, who's a phenomenal piano player, organ player, keys player. Yeah. Stuart Duncan playing fiddle, who's my dad's favorite fiddle player.
Dude, that's so cool. You have one of your dad's favorite musicians.
Yeah, my dad got to come up here and pick his brain too about fiddle questions.
That's so cool.
Yeah, that was more rewarding than about anything. I mean, I think one of my missions through all this is my family is so musical and they never did anything for themselves. They are always supporting others or for God and I was the guy that's like, wait a minute. Everybody needs to know about this. And I think whenever my perspective in this job left, I'm doing this for me, and went to I'm doing this for a bigger purpose than me.
Yeah.
Then things started happening, and it's not like things weren't happening anyway. It was just it lined up in my brain better, I'm very grateful to have morally sound parents that made me have semi good character, and it just felt empty if I did this whole thing for myself my whole life. I was just like, here I am making songs. Woohoo, who cares? What's the reason why? Why what's the purpose? And I found that in my family just because there's so much illustrious history in my family, which eventually I'm going to do a documentary on that too. Yeah, because that's just kind of what keeps me going. It's what wakes me up.
A lot of people don't know this. Bristol is the birthplace of country music.
That's right. I mean, my great-grandfather, when he was playing with the Carter sisters, this is one of the reasons why I want to play the Opry. he was playing banjo for the Carter sisters, and they're always apprehensive to leave East Tennessee and come down here for no other reason other than the fact it was a bitch getting down here. Like it was the 70s. It's not like this how it is today. Like it's, they're leaving the holler. Like it's dangerous. They're going out into the wilderness.
Going out into the world.
Yeah, it's right. So they finally do. They get up and come down to the Opry. And then the Carter sisters are playing the Opry, and my great grandfather's here to play banjo. And he gets up on the stage and he couldn't play because he wasn't a union card member. Oh. So then in the back of my head, I was like, I gotta go play it. I gotta play it, and I gotta talk about him. I gotta talk about my family, because that's what that stage is.
Yeah.
The Opry it's stories like that. It's people that, like my great grandfather, that came from the middle of nowhere. They grinded up the elbow grease and started picking good music. And WSM, you got the opportunity to come down to Opry, play on the radio, you know what I'm saying? And he gets here and he can't come on stage. So I was like, all right, dude, I know what I got to do. I got to go on stage and tell his story. And I think
do it for Grandpa.
And do it for him. And I never met him, but I'm named after that guy.
Yeah.
So I was just like, oh, this is like simulation, I have no choice,
Fast forward all these years and Thomas Edwards will get on that.
Yeah,
Opry
that's right.
stage.
And we had our meeting with the Opry people a month ago too. So it's, cross our fingers it all works out. But
yeah, dude, that's freaking awesome. I want to talk about High Times because I love the song. You put me in early release, like
early release mode,
because it's like mastered, like ready to go, right? So it's not quite demo jail, but you had sent that over to me when we had set up this podcast here, and it's such a great song.
Thanks, man.
Tell me the story about that.
Yeah, so me and my buddy Jeff Garrison, I wrote with Jeff Garrison and Michael Whitworth.
Love Whit. I don't know Jeff super well, but Whit's
Whitworth's the man.
He's
dude.
a beast.
He's the man. I love him so much. We sat down, the day before we wrote this, I was in Electric Field, my publisher, and passed Jeff in the hallway, and he just goes, I got one for us tomorrow. And I was like, all right, sweet. And then the next day we started writing it, and Jeff and I were going through the same thing of a breakup. Like, it was like, we're just like, oh, woohoo, we're back to freedom, woohoo. Freedom when you're a 23-year-old man sounds wonderful, but when you're 31 and you felt the loving touch of a woman for real, then you're like, dang, it's gone. So the whole point of High Times is like, dang, I'm so excited to be a piece of shit again because it's inherently going to happen. I'm going to go out and get drunk and think I'm having a good time when in all reality, the good time has left me, and I think that's kind of this whole song. The whole EP is just kind of like dealing with that, dealing with that kind of like, oh, here's all this freedom I have back, but I just liked when someone took I liked having somebody to call when I got out of a write and just be like, what are you doing? Yeah. Instead of just being like, well, I can do anything I want to, Yeah. So we wrote the song, and Jeff had a verse of it done and just the title too and the kind of melody to it. So we just sat down and just kind of said the things that were happening, like the line about hair. I don't want to find another hair tie in my room. I need to take the sunset dinner out of the frame. Just a picture of us eating at sunset. I mean, it's all this stuff that's just. And also, I like that song too because it kind of breaks the conventional rules of how I write songs a lot. I mean, like the chorus is down here and the verses are up here.
Yeah, I noticed that when you played at the local.
Yeah, it's just like in your face in 3 seconds, and I think that was just cool. I just like I like being able to yell at you within 3 seconds on the mic. So I'm super stoked about it because it's kind of the pace setter for the next little chapter of Thomas Edwards, the Thomas Edwards artist experience.
I love it.
Because I'm a pretty happy-go-lucky guy. And the only way I kind of cope with my sadness is by making sad music. But it's not. I'm never going to be the guy that's going to beat it over your head and say like, look how sad I am.
Yeah.
That's why I had to that's like for this one when I did all these sad songs, I had to have something else to talk about. I was like, all right, we got to do them somewhere cool. So the whole thing isn't like, look how sad I am. And it's like, no, we did these sad songs in a cool place
with some incredible people playing on these sad songs.
Yeah, I had 2 outside songs that I cut, and they're both, or one of them is an Etta James song, and one of them's a Leonard Skinner song. Wow. So no, they're just covers. So other than that, they're all songs I wrote, and I wanted to cut kind of this feel of Fame Studios.
Which Skinner song?
I Know a Little.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So I had all these players down there, and they were playing all this sad shit for a week, and I was like, it's like a bunch of dogs on a leash trying to run, and you're just like, stay here. And then I was just like, all right, dude, let's play a Skinner song. And then last day we just kind of figured out which one we wanted to, and we sang it, and they played it, and it's just rock solid, dude. Magic, dude. I mean, Skinner's so good, and that's just kind of an era of that's a kind of a sound that I was watching a clip yesterday of Joe Rogan and Marcus King talking about rock and roll music.
Yeah, that was a great podcast. Yeah, that's one of my favorite Rogans in recent
memory. Yeah. I just think there's this huge void for this sound we all love, you know? And I think it's because of the defiant, like, stick it to the man nature of all that music. Like Leonard Skinner, their commercial success is plastered with a rebel flag, but their lyrics of their music are talking about, have you ever been to the ghetto? I can't watch the news because I'm taking care of the people right here. Like, it's all of these, like, forward, progressively, lyrically cool rock and roll, stick it to the man shit.
They just used the Southern symbol for the commercial. They were like, we're from Duval, we're from Jacksonville.
Yeah, that's right. Then they're just like, it's Freebird.
Because that was back in the era of the Southern Democrat.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a different time, and they were as much hippies. I've heard Artemis Pyle talk about that, where they were a bunch of hippies, and it got changed over time.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I always say my mom's a hippie in disguise. Like, she's a Bible Belt Baptist woman. It sounds like she swallowed a banjo, but like the parallels that she even though not my mom necessarily, but like in that eye of a person, like hippie's bad, but like they're just the same kind of thing, really. Yeah. They have the same. They love each other, love your neighbor, kind of deal. But yeah, it's it's this weird little thing. It's kind of like Allman Brothers were the same way. It's like this is a country ass Southern hicks that are progressive thinkers and little hippies
that are wanting more for their community.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, like funny that, So I think I just wanted to get a taste of that back, and I think there is a little bit of, the cool part of Leonard Skinner is that little bit of rebellion that you feel with him, and it's just rowdy shit, dude. And I Know a Little is a rowdy ass song. And we had to get that one going. It was awesome, dude.
Yeah, dude. I want to talk about the night that we were fortunate enough to have you over at the local, because that was one of my favorite rounds of all time. I've gotten to host rounds now for coming up on 8 years.
Wow.
And that was one of my favorite nights. So talk about being up there with Dalton Davis, Cowboy Casanova, and the boys.
Yeah, dude. Dalton and Jake, man. Dalton Davis and Jake Hess were one of the first couple people that I kind of got in with as friends just through a mutual friend here. And I love, that we always joke about it because our trajectories kind of start. They always talk about finding your group of people here, and they're definitely in my group of people. Like whenever any of us have any kind of remote success, we're texting each other in a group message saying, check this out, and cheering for each other.
Yeah.
Because nobody will cheer for your wins in this business unless you create an environment like that where it's positive and good.
Create a friendship.
It's right. So playing with them was awesome, dude. It's just, they're as rowdy as I am and love drinking 6 beers on stage in an hour and a half. And anytime I can play, I've written a handful of songs with them. And, Dalton's from Western North Carolina, which is kind of just like the neighbor of where I'm from.
Yeah, he gets it.
Yeah. And Jake's from Georgia, Columbus, Georgia. So, but also spent a lot of time in like the Chattanooga world area, and we're all in this little bubble. So we kind of get each other, and just a mutual friend just introduced to us that wasn't even into music, and thank God for her. She her name was Andy. Shout out to Andy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just cool. And then that night was awesome to be able to play with everybody, and it was so rowdy, man. It was so fun.
The local was a vibe that night. It's funny. So Dalton is the only other podcast guest that I've had that has brought donuts to an interview.
Yeah, dude.
Dalton brought donuts. You brought the little munchkins, bro. I love it.
Yeah, I love it. I don't really buy into that health shit that everybody's kind of pushed down our throat now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so tired of people telling me they got in a cold tub. I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
like,
I've done it. That's one of the most viral moments that I've had with Raise Rowdy was I got in. I did a video with Gavin Adcock getting in his cold tub because he brings in, as part of his like rider, he has a giant ass cooler that he gets in to. And I think it's to sober up after every show.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
He does it in the morning. So I did it with him. And normally they're set at like 40 degrees. His was probably like 25. Like, it was just pure ice. And he made me just rip my shirt off and get in there. And he had me in there for 5 minutes. And then I got up on stage to host. I couldn't feel my hand.
Yeah,
dude,
it's awful.
But yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, it's being shoved down our throat, this holistic.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's just, it's just the same thing as like whenever the Atkins diet came out.
Yeah.
It's just like we think anything's different, dude. Like, go to Paris, France. Nobody's fat and they don't go to workout classes. Like it's just kind of the thing we proliferate here.
Yeah.
Like you can just like go outside, be healthy, and have a good time without like 10xing. Like I need to wake up at 5 a.m. and get in a cold tub. Like just chill the fuck out.
Just get up and just go for a run and don't eat like a gangbanger.
Yeah, it's right. It's right. And
everything in moderation.
Yeah, that's right. And it's just like now we've created. I don't know how I got this tangent. I'll get off.
You're good. You're good.
But we just created this world where everyone wants to talk to each other how much they work out.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit? Like it's your responsibility to be a healthy person. I don't care. It's like I saw this on a Burt Kreischer talking to Zach Top the other day. He's like, before the internet, there was like 10 people that ran ultra marathon, like 100-mile marathons. Yeah. Now I swear to God, I was like, oh my God, I agree with this so much. I get on my damn phone every time there's somebody like, oh, mile 117 of a 200-mile race. Like, go to the house, dude. Like, you don't need to run that much.
Yeah.
What are you running from?
Yeah, it's like good for that person, but everybody should be able to do what they want to do.
Yeah, it's I don't know, man. All my buddies are in these workout classes here and girls and stuff, and they're always talking about them, and I'm just like, I'm trying to act like I'm interested in it because I just feel left out, but I just not start thinking about it.
Nashville's also an interesting place in that we are very similar to we become like a Hollywood or like a New York City or like a Miami.
Yes, dude, it is.
I joke around with people where I'm like, bro, a hometown 10 is like a Nashville 4. Like people here, like whether it's the cosmetic stuff or it's the fitness stuff or it's the vegan stuff, like people here just look different because it's the culture we're in Nashville.
I want people to look like me here.
Yeah,
a little like a little crazy. Like, is this guy homeless?
Yeah, because there's also with it being a creator city, there's a very fine line between brilliant and crazy.
Yeah, that's right.
You want people to toe that line.
Yes.
I think of folks like yourself. I think of my buddies Aaron Ratier and John Deaches. I think of like Jackson's one of those guys where it's like his wheels always going, and he's brilliant. I love him for that, and you can feel that when you have a conversation with him, like the wheels always going, and that to me is the essence of a creator hub like Nashville is. People are like, oh, you always talk so much, talk with you. Well, no shit, I'm from New York, but also it's like you gotta have that passion.
Yeah, that's right, and that's why it's the best.
Important.
Like the town of Nashville rocks.
Yeah.
The city of Nashville, I'm not really great. I don't like it that much.
Yeah.
I love the community of Nashville. I love going to Music Row. I love seeing 5 people I know walking into a door on Music Row. I love going to the same place as my friends. I hate that I have to pay for parking on the street.
Yeah.
I hate that I have to pay. The list goes on and on. But there's
the taxes going up.
It's right. But the town, man. I think, and that's why I love you. And what you do is because it promotes the town.
Yeah.
It promotes the people.
It's about the scene.
Yes.
It's about the community. It's about folks popping up, whether it's one of our events, whether it's a whiskey jam, whether it's Grindhouse, whether throwback to like Revival and Billy Block and like the history. And that's what the Opry was back in the day.
Exactly.
It was WSM was the scene, and going to the Commodore and going to Belcourt Taps back in the day.
Yeah.
Like, having that community of songwriters to be with each other and create, and then the band guys and getting together and jam, you know? Bobby's Idle Hour, another great one.
For sure. Yeah, and I think it takes a guy like yourself that's as passionate as an organizer, because a lot of times, in the city, there'll be writers' rounds in random places with not the support that you're giving your outfit. Like you are pouring yourself into this to make it a thing.
Yeah, man. I mean, we're a country music lifestyle brand and media company that specializes in events here in Nashville. We wouldn't have something to talk about on the blog, guests to come on the podcast, people and music to talk about without you guys and girls in the trenches creating the shit.
Yeah,
I
think, but that's a great little tug of war.
Yeah, no songwriters, no songs, no band guys, no musicians, no music, no producers, no music. Like
for sure,
no industry people, no publisher, no agent, no manager, no business manager, no attorney, no entertainment attorney. Like there's none of it. It's an ecosystem.
Yeah, it's right. And I think that's the coolest shit is I've always thought that there's this veil of secrecy of this business, and we lift it when it's convenient and we put it down when it's convenient. But I think it's cool to see under the hood all the time because then it exposes what the magic is. Like, are you relying on some post-production magic? Are you relying on things that are not contingent from Thomas Edwards, for example? Like, for me, I'm just like, fuck, drop me off in Fame Studios, leave me there for 5 days with some people playing music. And on this EP, like half of the songs are the vocal takes from Muscle Shoals because wanted to capture that human-driven moment.
Yeah, that's what that project was. Now, the next project could be something different.
It's right. Yeah.
As a creator, you can do what the hell you want to do.
For sure. And that's why I like that Quavo song. And,
Yep.
you know, my act of defiance when I was 16 years old when I got a car was to get two 12-inch Kenwood subwoofers and listen to Skrillex while I'm inside my parents'
Bang ring
yeah,
used to go so hard,
yeah,
bro.
dude, I was Scary Monsters, and I was banging that in my car. Meanwhile, little did I know, inside of my house, my parents are playing the most beautiful music that now I want every second of to be able to hear it.
Yeah.
But like, there's a little piece of me that my music journey was like riding around in a busted up car with subwoofers, shaking my whole neighborhood, listening to dubstep. So I think the best thing about music is it's a medium to express yourself. So like, I get to this point where, you know, growing up, Ray Charles is an idol, you know, Prince is an idol, random things, you know, and then, you know, you get to go do that kind of sound and fame, you know, with that world. And then also at the same time, I got people in China doing dances to my Quavo song that people send me videos to all the time. And it's crazy, man. It's just, I think I'm just so grateful to be here and doing it, but it's just like, I'm just hungry to keep going, man. Yeah. I think living a musical life is what I sought out to do and do it on my own accord. And we made it this far, man.
Talk about how great it is to have a team that lets you be Thomas Edwards.
Yeah.
They let you, like, you're a one-of-a-kind individual, and I love you for it, and this town and this scene loves you for it. Yeah. But to have the team that you have with Electric Feel, with Warner, with the guys and girls that are in your corner, talk about how important it is to have that team around you.
It is, your team is who you are. I mean, I think from the very beginning, I made it very clear that we're going to be doing things the way that I want to be doing things. And coincidentally, that's not like some crazy hard task. No. It's just treating other people correctly and right. Yep. And not taking shortcuts on behalf of another person, not stepping on other people. Like, I will go broke in this business before people disrespect me as a person and know that I'm going to, or think that I'm disrespectful. Let me rephrase that.
Yes,
you know, like, so like, yeah, my manager, he was a friend of my mom's. He's just a real estate agent in town. And I met with him, and he was just like, I don't know what to do, man. I was like, neither do I. But I know I can trust you. Yeah. And I was like, I know I can. Every single day I'm going to lay down my head, and you're not going to have anyone interest in your head except for me. You know, so started working with him. And then we got to a point where it was like, all right, there's a bunch of just random knowledge in this business that no one really writes down. You just kind of got to know somebody. So then we're like, we got to partner with somebody. So then we partnered, long story short, we partnered with Cappy at Make Wake.
Yes.
So now you have Russ.
Shout out Cappy.
Cappy's the man.
We love Cappy and the Make Wake team.
They're great.
Very, very close with those because Kurt Ozon and Luke's band co-hosts the podcast with Nick, the Race Rowdy podcast.
Oh, gotcha.
So Kurt and the Make Wake team has been very close in our world.
Yeah, dude. It's just they reminded me a lot of kind of like Rusty and me. Kind of remind me of Cappy and Luke when they started. Like Cappy tangentially knew about this business. He was in the cruise ship business or something. So it was just very similar to this situation. I was just like, we need someone that can just help us at the top. Because at this point, me and Rusty rubbed sticks together and caught shit on fire to get a record deal. Yeah. Like with no TikTok, anything. Yeah. In this environment where people looked at me like I was doing something wrong when I got a record deal because my TikToks weren't viral. Yeah. And I was like, wait a minute. You kind of took the medicine here. It kind of doesn't work that way. It's kind of like, if you have something to say, if you're an artist that wants to be developed and grow into this community, like that's the people that, you know, that's if you can sell yourself to these people and articulate your business plan and where you see yourself going, then they're going to jump all over it. And I think that's, you know, if for people watching that are in this, you know, limbo state before a publishing deal or a record deal, the biggest advice I could give is never let anybody see your palms. Never let anybody see you do this. Like, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what the merch should be. I don't know what we should charge for a ticket. I don't know what we should put on a hat. Just make something up. And then if it changes, it changes. It's a plan. You plan. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So if you go in there and you just start going, I don't know what's going on. Why do you think someone's going to cut you a check to do something? If you just blatantly tell them you don't know, I'm just here to make music.
That's not a business anyone's going to invest in.
It's right. And I think that's what my manager helped me realize is like, I live in sunshine, flower, hippie world. I love laying around in grass and eating berries and shit and playing music and hanging out with hot girls. Like that's pretty fundamental primal instinct of mine. And I think I needed a manager that had this business mindset.
Yeah.
And coming from real estate, he was just able to kind of not think of the frills of this business and just run it like a business and help me articulate it like that. But manager is so important. They just got to be trust. Like, you can't fall for anybody's little trap that they know the sauce. You know, the sauce changes every week. It's like Wendy's chicken nuggets. Like, they got some crazy seasonal sauces, but they change every 2 weeks, dude. Yeah. Nobody knows what they're doing. You got to know what you're doing, you know? And I think, you know, it starts with your manager, dude, but I love my whole team, man. Just started working with Jacob Lapidus at CAA.
Jacob's a great dude.
Yeah,
too, man.
dude.
He was one of the guys that had reached out and was like, you got to get Thomas on.
Yeah, man.
We got to get him.
Yeah, I love Lapidus. Well, I was friends with him. It just goes back to being in this town. Like, I was friends with him for years.
Elite Red Door hang, by the way.
Yeah.
Jacob's
the
man. You hang out with Jacob in Midtown, you're gonna have a good time.
Yeah, and I went to Key West with him a couple years ago for the Songwriter Festival, and you know, but just your team. As your mission as an artist becomes more visible and you know it more, then you're able to fill the spaces of what you need as a team. And it changes. It's malleable. You know, like this business changes, your music changes. I mean, like tomorrow I can make an R&B record, you know, like that's how I feel too, is like, I'm going to do that. I'm going to make a bluegrass record. I've already got a Christmas record started where I'm going to sing every Christmas song.
Everyone.
So like everyone that's like noteworthy. It's gonna be like 55 songs.
I want Dominic the Donkey on. I'll come in and bang a cowbell or something like Will Ferrell.
Well, yeah, dude, you just gotta send the ones you want to hear. I mean, I swear, I was joking with Warner. I was like, I'm doing a Christmas record. It's gonna cost $500,000 just to get snow everywhere I'm at. And then once we get snow inside of the studios and all the tarps laid down so the water doesn't mess anything up, then we'll start discussing how much the music's going to cost.
You're like, I need the vibe.
Yeah, I mean, and I think, now I'm kind of just giving advice about this, but I think it's very important. I got a music video coming out that's an animated music video.
Oh, sick.
And it's about my song called A Frog. And it's just about how life would be a lot better if I was a frog.
You played that at the local.
Yes,
that was one of my favorites.
Yeah, it's a great one. So the music video starts with me getting out of my car on a busy interstate, gridlock traffic, and I just walk into a pond. And as I go full underwater, the whole thing turns animated.
Yes.
Yeah. So we get, it's about getting lines in the water, man. I think, we get really hyper fixated as creatives about will people like something, and you can guess what, that never goes away. But you can forget about it more if you put more lines in the water. So like right now I can worry about, will people like the animated video? Will they like my record? Will they like the documentary? And then when there's so much out there like that, you go, it doesn't really matter. As long as I like it, it's true.
You like it,
it's right. So like only through doing a bunch of random stuff like that do you realize you like the process of creating. And I think that's the stark difference between a lot of people, like artists and song singers. We've platformed a lot of song singers these days that once you kind of pull the songs back that they can really sing well, they don't have anything to say.
Yeah.
And I think that's the difference is like, do you want to live a creative life where you're creating?
Are you an artist? Are you a singer? Are you a songwriter? Or are you a musician?
Yeah.
Those are the four things. Mm-hmm. And there's people that are great. I mean, you look back at like Garth Brooks wasn't he's called an artist, but a lot of it was he was a singer. Tim McGraw, Kenny Chesney, and I love all those guys.
Yeah.
I grew up on that shit, but it's like they are singers, they are performers, and by doing that, it feeds the ecosystem of the studio musicians and the songwriters.
That's right.
Without George Strait, who knows if we have Dean Dillon as this revered guy?
It's so true.
They work together in an ecosystem.
Yeah,
and I get what you're saying, where there's a difference between artists and singers.
Yeah, for sure. And I think this is where I say the veil of music comes up sometimes. I feel like we're telling lies a lot of the times, that people are either artists or singers, and they can kind of confuse the listener that they're one or the other. You know what I'm saying? And I think for me, the whole time I knew I was going to be an artist. I knew that I was just going to be the crazy guy with crazy ideas singing, you know? And I think that clarity for me has helped me. And I think that can help other people. Is just like, they're both great roles, but like, if you want to be the artist guy that's kind of pushing the limits all the time, having the conversations, like my conversation for the remainder of my career are going to be convincing people that think I'm crazy that an idea is going to be worth their money. And if that's not how you want to spend the rest of your career, then you probably might just want to sing songs.
You might want to just sing and entertain.
Yeah, that's right. Because art is about pushing the boundaries.
Yeah.
And if you don't push the boundaries, then you're kind of not doing your job. And I think that's what I always want to do. Is I want to take the ways that I learned the world of music, push the boundaries, ask the questions, have opinions, talk about it. And then that's the whole artistry thing is. An artist is an orator too, a person that can speak and articulate their opinions and help other people with them.
Yeah.
Some people use their powers for evil,
Yes.
but like that charisma, that influence that artists should have, that should also be a driver to like, it's just like for me, all I want to do is tell people you can do it. Just find that thing you want to do and just start working at it. I promise the hardest thing is just doing the first step of it, and that's when I always say when all the music goes away, I'm practically Tony Robbins, dude. Like I'm a motivational speaker because I just feel like you can do anything. Yeah. I've done the things that somebody's someone listening to this has 2 boys, and one of them wants to be a rock star and one of them wants to play football. Well, guess what? I've gotten to the point where I've gotten the opportunity to do both, and there's no secret except for hard work. Like we'll mystify it, we'll make it look like it's unreachable. It'll be promoted to you like it's unreachable. They're going to show you pictures of football players that are 6'8", 385 pounds, and say, "Look at this freak of nature." And then meanwhile, a kid that's 6'3", 275 just beat him out because he worked every day.
Yeah.
And I think that's the whole thing. It's like it doesn't matter how shiny the goal is. Like if you work for it and don't lie to yourself, you can do it.
You can't coach hustle and you can't coach desire.
That's right.
If you have desire and hustle, you're gonna do it. You're gonna do it. Man.
That's right.
And that's like with Raise Rowdy, to be fully transparent with you. It's like Nick and I for a long time we still are like not quite financially where we want to be, but I'm loving every second of what I'm doing because my desire is I want to create something cool and give back to this community and show people music that we don't think is being heard enough.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
Give artists and musicians and bands a platform.
Yeah, and that
about.
If you open yourself up like that, it sounds like you're already on the right track. The first thing is just to stop putting the horse blinders on. Live in this world of abundance.
Yeah.
Like if you have a lofty goal, it should look crazy, and you should always think in the back of your mind delusionally like, oh, it'll come to me when I need to or when I need it. It's gonna come. I just gotta keep working. I love it. I love it. And as long as you know that you're doing that work and you're not lying to yourself, like it's gonna happen. Like the only way to lose is to quit, and that's what I always say. It's just like. This town is a great microcosm of the world. In a very quick, short amount of time, you can learn that and feel, hey, nobody cares about what I'm doing. And then that you turn that in your head to, hey, nobody cares about what I'm doing.
I've never thought about it. Yeah,
it's right. And then so then at that moment is where you start kneading the clay and you start making something that no one knows that's coming. Because they don't care about what's coming. And then eventually, they'll care about it. But that's only this much time anyway.
Bro, and I got to tell a wild story. So I still haven't hung it up yet. I've had that thing for like 2 years.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, that's probably the one and only platinum plaque that I will ever have. And it's from my buddy Trey Lewis for a song called Dick Down and Down.
Yeah.
And the story of that moment of that song was during COVID, and we were sitting around a fire, and 3 of our buddies, Matt McKinney, Brent Gafford, and Drew Trosclair, I know you know Drew well, wrote that song, and none of them were going to put it out. None of them were really doing the artist thing at the time. And Trey was like, well, you know what? I've been doing music for 10 years. Nobody's ever given a shit.
That's right.
I'll put this out, and I'll start posting about this, and look at what it did.
Yeah.
Nobody cares what I'm doing. Nobody cares what I'm doing.
That's right.
Like, let's take some chances. Like let's just do it. You have like you said, the world of abundance. You can do whatever you want in this world.
That's
we have
right.
so much reach to do whatever.
Yeah.
Like it's so free. We live in such a great country where you can do whatever you want.
That's right.
On any given day.
I mean, every negative thing that people will say to me about this world, why would I bring a kid in this world? It's just the wrong mindset. Like people go like, well, kids are just on iPads all day. That's all they do. Well, guess what? There's a poor kid that's got a $37 Walmart tablet that just figured out on YouTube that you can figure out how to play every song on piano. And he's obsessed with piano. And he's got a little shitty Casio $75 piano. And he's sitting there learning how to play every song on this tiny little screen. And his parents don't give a shit about it. but he does. And now he has access to the entire world's knowledge of how to play piano.
And that kid could change the
And
world.
that kid could change music.
Yeah.
Like that is the tool that the world that we have at our disposals. And we sit here and complain about how you can look up how to do anything on YouTube. You can look up how to change the oil in my car blindfolded right now on YouTube. And if a kid gets this much of direction and is like, you can learn how to do stuff if you just practice and you take a little guidance, and then they take that $37 Walmart tablet, watch that piano video. Dude, that's the next Ray Charles. Given that I'm not wishing him to go blind, but but like
that's the next extraordinary human.
Yeah, that's right. The tools that we have are phenomenal. It's just about you can't wait on the world to change. You have to have the mindset of no, let's just use these things for good. You know?
Man. I mean, I think back to being from New York. I'm a huge lover of like 80s, 90s, like New York era hip hop and rap.
Yeah.
And it's like when the folks in that era got their hands on those mixers, those analog mixers.
Oh my gosh.
And we're going to those record meetups, and they created so much cool stuff
Yes.
out of this technology, and they were living in the projects.
Yes,
and
dude.
they were saving up all their money and buying records and making samples, and they changed the world.
And guess what they were talking about? Just how broke they were and
Yeah.
how hard they were hustling and just real shit. Like there's no fanfare. It was just like I'm a tough dude from wherever. Like I'm from Queens. It was just like tough shit.
I'm from Queensbridge.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Like, dude, Nas is so good. I mean, lyrically, he's one of the best.
Illmatic's one of my favorite records. Of all
Yeah.
time.
Oh, yeah. He has that one song. It's like from the perspective of a gun or something like that. I can't remember what it is.
Ooh, yeah.
But it's just like the whole thing is written like he's a gun rapping.
Yeah.
And it's like so daunting and huge. It's just like poetry, dude. And it's forged from the human experience. And you give him a fucking sample machine.
Yeah.
And access to a record store. See you later.
And I bet there were a lot of people saying he was wasting his time, what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And people saying, oh, that technology, that's not real music.
That's
and whatever.
right. That's right.
And then that changed and forged the way for where we're at. You think about bands from that era too, like Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah.
People probably thought they were crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's Pink Floyd. I
Yeah.
mean, every one of them. Like it's the cultural zeitgeist musicians people don't get them at first.
Yeah.
Like it's because they're challenging that normal sound that you hear in your ears.
Ed
like
Sheeran looping,
Yes.
playing in front of stadiums, just him on stage with a couple pedal boards.
dude, I saw him. I think it was at either Bridgestone or Nissan. I can't remember. I don't remember past about 2 months of my life really. But it was insane. It was him and 4 like huge video boards behind him that was just him 4 times.
Yeah.
And he was just playing him and a guitar and that much control over 60,000 people or how many people it is.
And he's just looping.
He's just looping it up. Like it's just there's no rules of music.
Yeah.
Like I think that's I always talk about the SpongeBob episode when they go to the future.
Yeah.
And
it's a good one.
it's a great one. The first season of SpongeBob is art.
Oh, it's one of the best.
It's so good. I
And
mean,
again, and that changed that world.
yeah, it's right. And but they go to the future and it's just like a bunch of random assortments of beeps and boops as the music. And I was like, that's kind of right because music is becoming so predictable that eventually the only thing that's going to be new is just complete unpredictable randomness.
Yeah.
So like that's why like you ever just like see a song go crazy viral, but it's just like nonsense.
Angie and Du Poutine. Have you seen
Yeah,
them?
yeah, that's right.
The 2 guys
Unpredictable.
out of Canada.
That's right. That's a perfect
And
example.
it's intricate, like jazz playing, but it's so unpredictable.
It's
And
unpredictable.
The guy's got a bass, a guitar.
He's
and
got the
drummer's-
double frets where it's
Yeah,
like got
he's-
the
and he's got the big nose thing.
Yeah.
They're coming to Brooklyn Bowl. I'm trying to get tickets,
yeah,
bro.
that's like
I want to go and experience.
Yeah, do you
that.
see the uproar that causes?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's in our own. Maybe because we're music
And
people,
they're
we
like
see it.
singing in some weird alien language, like you don't even know what they're saying.
Yeah,
And
that's
it's just
right.
randomness, and the world is captivated.
Yeah,
by
that's
it. So
right,
it's already
dude.
starting. The beats and the boops are
That's
happening.
right.
People say The Simpsons predict the future. SpongeBob's right
Yeah,
there.
it's right. It's right there, dude. I think it's, but I think in this world of predictable music, like, what's the only thing that's unpredictable in this world? It's the human brain. You know, like just everything else. Like I could think of anything right now.
Yeah.
You know, in my head, I'm thinking of 12 things right now. Like that is the magic that you got to translate to the music. You know, instead of you don't want to meet something that's already happened at the creek. You know, just make your own creek.
Yeah, bro. The world is your oyster.
That's right.
Go and do the man. So, what are the big goals for this year? I know we got High Times coming out.
Yeah, I got a bunch of other songs that coming out from other artists too. I love writing music, and I have so many songs that I got 2 Darius Rucker songs.
Bro, that's huge. Congratulations.
Yeah, man. Thanks, man. If holds were gold, I'd grow old rich. But I got a bunch of different random holds from artists too. Miranda Lambert one got on hold.
Wow, congrats.
I'll send you that one. It's crazy. It's the best song I ever made.
Wow.
It's called Something's Gonna Get Me. The first line is like, they got me hooked on nicotine, caffeine, methamphetamine, red meat, diet tea, benzodiazepines, ranch from the Dairy Queen. Just a list of all this shit that we're all just accustomed to. It's great. It's a good little like fun hoedown.
Who'd you write that with?
Troy Cartwright and David Messi.
Oh, that's a great room to
and
be
Ross
in.
Ellis too.
Yeah, and Ross. I had Troy on this podcast. I love what he's doing with.
Oh yeah, dude.
Troy's become a homie.
I'll text Troy and go, hey dude, I'm 4.7 years in. I can't wait to see you in 5.3 years. But he never responds. So Troy, if you see this, man,
and you have a big artist, like a generational talent like Miranda Lambert, putting a song like that on hold, and it's so unconventional, talking about all those things.
Yeah, in the first 10 words, there's benzodiazepines, methamphetamine, ranch from the Dairy Queen.
Yeah,
and it just goes back to art. Like Miranda Lambert is an artist, and that's the cool thing about this business, though, is like there's so many styles of acts.
Yeah,
like you can write stupid songs like that are crazy, like challenge what's going on. Songs.
I think of the Armadillo song that she
cut
with Aaron Ray Tier and John Deschus.
Right. Armadillo with the doobie.
Yeah,
dude. I think that's the beauty of this town is like you can get a David Mescon, Berkeley grad, in a room with a South Georgia redneck that doesn't know one thing about music theory, and they could just spit out this. This is just a random scenario.
Yeah. Oh, there's so many.
Yeah, but like that's just kind of the beauty of this is like the through line is just music. Some redneck dude that all he knows is the actual living life of the country song.
Yeah, comes
to meet with a guy like Messi, Berkeley grad, that's probably never hunted unless someone drug him out to go hunting.
Yeah.
And then they'd make the craziest country song ever,
make a hit.
Yeah, it's awesome. I think it's a cool way that 2 paths would cross that never would have happened.
No, dude, like that's what I love. Like I grew up in suburban New York. I had a great upbringing. I went to college in New Jersey, and then I took a leap and made the move down here, knowing a few people and whatever. But my paths, like Alabama, feels like home now because I've toured through there so much. I've worked with the Muscadine Bloodline guys, and I've worked with Trey Lewis. Like you get so much better perspective of the world being in an industry like this because you cross paths with people that you otherwise would have never in a million years met. Yeah,
dude. I mean, last year we played a bunch of festivals. We played Carolina Country in Myrtle Beach.
I love Myrtle Beach.
Awesome, dude.
Myrtle Beach is a vibe,
dude. It's sick. We played for I was like 12,000 people. Like it's all the slot. The festivals are hilarious because it just depends on where your slot is. You can get lucky,
Yeah.
Got a new artist like me, like there's. I mean, maybe there'll be a handful of people that want to catch me there, but it's an exploratory discovery platform.
That's what I love about festivals.
It's great, But like you go 1 week, I was playing there for 12,000 people, and then 3 weeks later at Watershed at the Gorge in Washington State, there was 15 people in the crowd because I was the second day, first slot. People were recovering after that first night. I played early, and I eventually, and that said, I was just like asking people their names.
Yeah, that was crowd work.
Yeah, it's right. So like it's just so cool, man. The opportunities change in this business, and you just got to control what you can control, and just you got to get out there and play your music and do whatever you need to do.
How do shows look for this year?
So we're working on that right now. We're trying to. I can't dox we're trying to get on tour with somebody. But I want to I kind of want to go. I've been really leaning towards trying to get on an older act and open up for them instead of like trying to combine in the new act world. I just kind of my dream. I would love to open for Darius Rucker. I feel like the environment that he creates is just everyone's there just to have a good time, sit in a lawn chair, like. Listen to Darius Rucker.
There's something special about going out with an OG.
Yeah, especially like learning the road, because that's one thing I have not cut my teeth in. I've played a handful of shows, but like not nearly as many as I need to. As far as like go back to the football thing about like really doing the reps, and the number one thing I need now is just reps with my band and playing those shows and figuring out the songs that make sense to play live a bunch. And
Yeah. Well, you ever want to come play at Odie's? You're welcome on.
Yeah,
You're welcome on a Raise Rowdy stage anytime you want, Bubba.
But Ola Peters is he's cooking something up.
Yeah,
for us,
that's
man.
great,
We'll
man.
see.
Yeah, I got to do a tour with Kid Rock with Trey.
Oh, that's awesome.
With Uncle Bob with Bobby, and that was again something like I had sold merch for the Muscadine guys, and we did the club thing with the Sprinter van, and did some shows with like Coetzel and Brantley, but nothing like too extensive.
Yeah.
But a summer with Kid Rock, I learned the ropes. You
Yeah,
know?
that's
like
right.
what you're talking about with a guy like Darius.
Yeah,
you know?
and also like I'm sure like Kid Rock's like the guys in his team. He probably has like 2 dudes that are just like have been on his team for 50 years.
The band that he has, I believe, and someone can comment and correct me if I'm wrong, I believe with the exception of Uncle Cracker on the DJ thing and Joe C, who's no longer with us, I think it's the same band that he had at Woodstock 99.
Wow.
Like it's still the same guitar players, bass
their
player,
show's crazy,
drummer
dude.
Stacy's still back there, from the leader of the Brown Trucker Band.
Yeah. What was the what was his name?
Joe C.
Joe, yeah, dude.
Joe. I'm the KO.
Yeah, dude, it's
I'm
awesome.
the Joe C. Got more. Yeah.
I wish I could be alive to go watch
I'm
that
a freak
Woodstock.
code, call me sick. 3'9", and the whole crowd screams,
Yeah, with the 10-foot.
Yeah, and Bob still plays that live because we're doing all those Rock the Countries this year.
Yeah.
So I just got to see him in Texas, and we got Georgia coming up in 2 weeks. And it used to be that he would play the video of Joe C performing that at Woodstock 99. Now it's like an AI generated Joe C on the screen, and it's like this AI Joe C on the screen just rapping his parts. And Bob goes, "Give it up for Joe C," and it just goes into it, and the band just keeps playing.
What a time to be alive, dude.
And you see everybody in Texas, just everybody at the crowd still screams 3 foot.
Yeah, that is so funny.
Yeah, he's wild.
They need to give him that Tupac hologram tech, you know?
I know. If we had a hologram Joey C up there, bro, that'd be so lit. He comes out in like an American flag pimp outfit for Rock the Country. That would be so cool, man. Yeah, I love going back and watching those old concert videos are one of my favorite things to look up on YouTube.
Dude, absolutely. And just seeing that's like my go-to, dude. Like Iris in the Rain, Goo Goo Dolls
so
video.
iconic, yeah.
Dude, and just the crowd is just like, you could just tell that. I bet everybody that's in that crowd still talks about that show.
Nobody had a phone.
No phones, dude. It's just they're just like girls are just looking in like the saddest faces, just looking at, but they're just like moving around. It's like they want to cry, but they love it. You know?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I had a cousin that went to Woodstock '94, which was the muddy one, and then I had my uncle Matt was going to school at Cornell at the time, and him and his frat brothers went to Woodstock '99, and he said it was the wildest weekend of his life.
Oh my
god! He still has stories about that.
They nerfed it, man. They won't let us have festivals like that no more.
No, dude. And Europe still has them, like Wacken and Download and all those big like rock festivals and stuff, man. But I love it. And what I loved about the Woodstock thing was that it was the all genre. You know?
Yeah, it's sick.
So I want to go back to Bonnaroo because that's on my bucket list to go to.
Yeah.
What is it like going?
I've
to
only
that
been
festival?
there once. I've been growing up in Tennessee as a Tennessee Bonnaroo is like the Super Bowl for like a year in high school, and like you smoke a little weed behind your parents' house at night. It's like, dude, we're going to Bonnaroo this year.
Who played the year that you went?
I went because Post Malone was playing, and he's at Electric Field, so we got a bunch of extra passes. But that was just fun. I kind of ventured away from everybody. And
Did you go in the woods?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, you went in the woods?
Dude, I was
I
up
hear
all
the
night.
woods are where it's at. The
Dude,
late night,
yeah,
the overnight sets in the woods.
Yeah, it's insane.
I hear are like, you're in a different world.
Dude, it's like the loudest bass you've ever heard, just constantly. And then you look around, people are somehow asleep in hammocks. They're probably not asleep. They're probably just tripping.
Yeah.
In these hammocks, and they're just like, and I was just like alone. I was like wandering through, just kind of checking everything out.
It's like you're the kid in Chronicles of Narnia.
Yeah,
you just walk through the wardrobe.
Yeah, that's right. Like minotaurs everywhere. You know, Mr. Tumnus runs out. You know?
Yeah.
That's people look like that there too. So I mean,
I
like
know,
it probably
I've
was
heard.
Chronicles of Narnia.
I've heard.
But just imagine back to that Quavo thing. I was up all night. I went to bed at 6 a.m. just from staying up all night, and we had artist guest passes, but it's still just behind the main stage. But you're still camping in a tent, and it's June. And it's fucking so hot. Like at 7 a.m. it is 90 degrees outside.
Oh yeah, we tent camp for some of the festivals we go to, and those are in July. So I've festival tent camp in July.
You just have to just bask in the misery of it, you know.
Yeah.
And So I go to bed at 6 a.m. and I get a call at 9 a.m. That is, hey, Quavo's in town. Can you write with them today? And this is after I'd spent all night long in the woods, in the Chronicles of Narnia woods. And,
oh, shit.
And I didn't even drive down to Bonnaroo. So, like, here I wake up. No, everybody in my camp is, like, half awake. You know, it's 9 in the morning. I'm like, what am I about to do, dude? Like, I am a shell of a human. I've slept for 2 hours on the ground. I woke up in a microwave in this tent. I went to the cooler, got a Coors Light.
Cracked her open.
Went into Bonnaroo, watched the Teskey Brothers. And then I was like, I got to figure out a way to get out of here. So I found a girl to give me a ride home. And then I went home. And then I was in the studio with Quavo from 5 p.m. to 5 a.m. all night long. We wrote 3 or 4 songs, including the Georgia Way song that came out.
Holy shit.
And then we did it again Sunday night. So I went from getting no sleep for one night to staying up all night to sleep during the day and waking up again and
You
going.
went from Bonnaroo to hitchhiking your way back to town to studio with Quavo, back to back, that led to a Luke Bryan Quavo cut.
Yeah, which is the craziest simulation cut ever. If you would have told me, that's another one of those. If you would have told me, you know, like. That I was like it's like I'm holding both sides of the rope over here just to connect them, and it's Quavo and Luke Bryan, the power of music. You know, like,
you're a Tennessee boy singing about Georgia.
Well, it's all started because we were watching I turned the Tennessee baseball game. They're in the World Series in the studio with Quavo, and he just started talking shit because he loves Georgia. So I just started talking shit to him. And then I started talking about how I wrote a song and Tennessee plays on the Jumbotron, and he just went, you know what? Kirby Smart asked me to do that for Georgia. And that's how that song started.
Wow.
I was just like, dude, let's write one real quick. Because I didn't, trust me, man. I just had recently gone through this thing of like, what does the school, what will they use? What will they platform? Especially with a guy like Quavo, you know, like it's a fine line. Like, even though we did put Magic City in the song and it still gets played, but he wanted to have something that goes back to that thing where I sell out clubs, I want to sell out stadiums. How do I grow my act? Even a guy like Quavo, you know, like, so he's like, come in here, writing a country song, getting in the space, and it was so redeeming, dude. Like, he was leveling up with us and being like, Kirby Smart wants me to make one of these songs. I was like, oh, we can do it right now, and we did.
And then how does Luke Bryan end up on the song?
Because we just get done. We're like, who's from Georgia that would love to get on this song? And we send it to Luke Bryan just immediately to Carrie Edwards, his manager, and then he just loves it, gets on it, man. And when he comes into the studio and we write a verse with him, and we kind of just are the guardrails for him to spew all the Georgia shit that he goes into his verse, and then we just kind of massage it in there. And then after that got done, they're like, the school was like, we'd love if Teddy Swims got on it. So then I never even met Teddy or. Even
I hear he's a hell of a guy.
Yeah, he seems like the man. I just really wish I could have met him. But he just put his verse on it, and then they just put it all together, Frankensteined it up, and did a music video. It's awesome, dude. It's just.
And now it's played in the Hedges.
Yeah, they play it. It got synced to the ESPN when they were in the playoffs, and it was on ESPN for a minute. Yeah, it's just a funny thing, man. It's the music is so fleeting, man. It's like if you think about your opportunities too much, they'll just pass you by.
Yeah.
You know, you just got to do it. The best ability is availability. Like, if I could have been like, I'm at Bonnaroo, I'm not coming. You know,
you found your way.
That's right.
Get up
it's
I-24.
Yeah, that's right. My North Star.
You could have easily just stayed there, blacked out, and gone to the woods again.
Oh,
but
easily.
No, but best ability is availability.
That's right, dude.
That's a quote. I'm gonna write that down and live my life by.
That's all you gotta do is show up, bro. It's not hard. Like the world is being geared against like not showing up is okay. Like, you can go, like, you don't want to go get your groceries. You can just press a couple buttons on this little glass thing and they just show up at your door. You don't have to show up.
But you pay a premium.
Yeah,
for
that's
that.
right. So it's a double negative. You lose the lifeblood interaction of people.
Yeah.
I go to the grocery store almost every day. I get exactly what I'm going to eat that day, go home and cook it. Because I love seeing the people at a grocery store. I love talking to the people. I don't know who they are.
I went into Kroger yesterday at like 1 in the afternoon, and that was where there wasn't like a motorized cart not being used. Like I was in there with the old heads.
Dude,
I could have. I was like grandchild age of everybody in that Kroger, and it was awesome. Nobody's using self checkout, so I'm in and out, bro. I love going into Kroger middle of the day.
Dude, have you ever been to a grocery store like right when it opens?
Oh, bro, the rush.
So people are like waiting at the door. It's like 7 a.m. Like got to get in here and buy the same shit I bought last week. You know, like what the heck?
Like it's not gonna be there.
Yeah, it's right. It's so
Yeah,
funny.
dude, I love that. That's awesome, buddy. I gotta talk about Tennessee baseball. Tony V not being there and just struggling in the majors.
Yeah, dude. Tony Vitello is the shit. Dude.
Have you gotten to meet him?
Yeah, he's my buddy, dude. One of my favorite pictures in Tennessee is, man, he's so awesome, man. It's me and him on the sideline. Because I always joked about going on the sideline. I would always just end up in like pictures with people. And this was like before I did music. It would just be like, there's a picture of me and Peyton Manning doing the like cover the mouth talk. And I wasn't even talking to him. Like I'm just like right next to him.
You're just standing like.
Yeah, that's right. I did have a funny. I'll tell you the Peyton Manning. But Tony V and I, there's a hilarious picture of us just doing this, talking to each other, and it was like on the school website, and it was like VFL Thomas Edwards discusses whatever with Coach Tony Vitello. We were not talking about anything that was related to sports.
I'm sure. My girlfriend loves Tony Vitello,
yeah,
as a lot of women do.
Dude,
Tony V.
I've been with him in Nashville some too. He's so fun, man.
Yeah, I've heard like he went out on Broadway. Mm-hmm. Like he has a good time when he comes out here.
Man, he just needs to come back to college.
I know.
I haven't even watched what he's doing. I just know he's gonna have more fun.
yeah, and I feel like there's a difference between a college coach and a pro coach.
Oh my God!
College coach, you're developing and you're developing guys
finding
into men.
Talent.
You're recruiting and you're developing boys into men.
Yeah, Tony V would go down to Puerto Rico or something, watch like a 13-year-old guy play like 6 innings of baseball, and just get on the plane and come back home.
Really?
Like that's the coolest job ever. Like. Because like I've always had this thing where, back up. I don't want to say that. That's such a cool job is like being able to go discover talent at that scale.
Yeah.
Like baseball talent is not like football talent. Football talent, you could just probably get a hotel in Atlanta and drive in a 3-hour radius around you and fill up an entire SEC school.
Or Dallas or something like that, those hubs.
Yeah, but like baseball, there's some dude that's hitting a ball and a rock with a stick right now that's going to pitch 102 miles an hour when he's 15. They go find him, and they do. And they bring them all, and they come to America. That's why baseball is so awesome, bro. I think baseball is such a cool spectacle, tradition sport. Like, it's just... Like the second that they start trying to digitize that sport and make the robots,
I'm diehard, as you can see from my bobbleheads.
Yeah,
dude, I got Don Corleone, and I got Garrett Cole, and then Ron Guidry, who's missing an arm over here. I don't know what happened to poor Louisiana Lightning.
You came into my house.
Yeah.
On the day of my daughter's wedding.
Yeah. He pissed off old Don Corleone over here, old Marlon Brando. But
sleeping with the fishes.
Yeah, I'm a diehard baseball guy. We got the sun, and I got the Yankees hat on. I just realized.
Dude, you know I went to the last game at the old Yankee Stadium.
No shit.
Yeah, when I was a kid, my parents were just like randomly we went to New York one time. My dad drove a van.
And that was the one time?
Yes, and he bought tickets like months prior to that. So like got the shittiest tickets to this place, but it was the last game in the old stadium.
Wow. So like when Jeter gave the speech afterwards
yeah,
and everything.
I was there, and I don't know anything about Yankees baseball. Like it's one of those things where people like you are probably like, you.
I remember watching that on TV because that was 2008, so we would have been 13 at the time. Yeah, and I remember watching that on TV and like my mom crying. She grew up having like Yankees posters when she was like in high school.
Sick,
like
though, dude. New York is just sick.
There's a tradition to it, man. It's like Tennessee football, like the way that people get up for the balls. That's how it is being a Yankees fan.
That's
you
sick,
know,
dude.
It's like just this thing. It's like a religion, you know. And I was brought up, luckily, as a Yankees fan and not a Mets fan.
Oh,
because
true.
we have 2 teams in every sport. Like
Mets never win.
Like,
right?
and I'm it's funny because it's like the losing teams, the people are fans of all of them. So like I'm Yankees, Giants, Knicks, Rangers, and the other path is usually if you're a Mets fan, you're a Jets fan.
Oh.
If you're a Mets and Jets fan, usually a Nets fan.
Why do they all rhyme?
If you're a Mets, Jets, Nets fan, usually an Islanders fan.
Why is it not the Islandettes?
Islandettes?
Mets, Jets,
Island
Nets.
Yeah, because of where the stadiums are located. And like back in the day, a lot of people don't know this. The Yankee Stadium was the home of the Giants. So Giants football started with Polo Grounds in Queens, and then was at Yankee Stadium. And the Jets started where the Mets used to play at Shea Stadium, and that's why they were called the Jets, because the airport's right there, and there's just airplanes flying over.
Oh.
But yeah, I'm so lucky I'm not a Mets, Jets, Nets fan. I thank my parents every day for
Mets,
making me
Jets,
a Yankee.
Nets, and Island Nets.
Yeah, Island Nets. I thank my parents all the time for being a Yankees, Giants fan, even though the Giants haven't been good in a while, but I'm very excited about what they're doing with Harbaugh, Jackson Dart. We just got the fullback for Card. We're going to be, Scadaboo's just going to be running people over.
Hey, dude, Scadaboo's going to be
freak. I feel like every football team needs to have.
He's not going to be able to count to 10 when he's 30.
He's going to be electric on New York Sports Talk Radio. Him as a sideline reporter.
It's going to be crazy.
That's Cam Scadaboo podcast in like 3 years when he has to retire. It's going to be so electric.
Yeah, dude, it's going to be a fiery 3 years.
I'm excited for it. I'm
here
for it, buddy.
Yeah,
but
me too, dude.
What's something that you would tell yourself when you start, like, looking back, what's something that you would tell younger you when you started pursuing this music journey, knowing what you know now and getting to do all this cool shit? Like, what would you tell that kid that's getting ready to pack up and move out here to Nashville? Kid with that untuned guitar and your brother saying you're an idiot for quitting Tractor Supply.
Yeah, that's right, dude. All right, 2 things, man. Never trust a fart and never waste a boner. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Aaron Ratier said that in a big interview one time.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was. But my actual,
no, you're good. Great Ratier quote. Shout out Aaron. Shout out the Ratty Dishes. We love those boys. Go Turtles.
What would I tell myself, man? Just don't stop believing the little voice inside your head, man. I think that's the most important thing, man. I think other people's voices get louder, and then they get quieter, and then they get louder. But the voice in your head, you just got to recognize the difference between that and what other people are saying. The thing, your gut feeling is right. And it doesn't matter. That doesn't mean it's going to be the right commercial feeling or the right whatever external circumstances happen. But if it feels right to you when you do it, trust it and run for it. And then just keep working, man. I think just, we didn't get this job because it'd be easy. We got in this job because we thought it'd be easy.
We're doing it because it's on our hearts and it's on our minds, right. And it's what we feel like we need to be here to do.
Yeah, but also I kind of cast away that ideology of like I got something to prove. I ain't got nothing to prove. I'm trying to prove to myself and figure out more about me every single day.
Yeah, and
leave my footprint and legacy on this earth by being the best version of me through making music or whatever I may be doing, Yeah. And I think that's what I'd tell myself back in the day is just like, just stay true to yourself, man. Like there's times where it's going to make no sense. There's going to times where it's going to be like, damn, I'm the smartest person in the world. But it's not about the wins or losses. It's just about staying true to yourself while you're doing it.
Amen. Amen, brother. Well, dude, thank you so much.
Absolutely,
I know we could sit in here for another
hour.
I
could.
And you're getting a podcast. Are you still doing the podcast?
Yeah,
thing?
dude. I got a bunch of shit just kind of backlogged. I'm making a bunch of like non-time bound shit, just like things I'm interested in. Like I'm doing a whole kind of empirical analysis on Pixar movies. I think they're the best pieces of art in the last 30, 40 years. As far as just like holistically, they have the widest net of audience that can enjoy them of any piece of art. So I'm doing a bunch of talking on that, just shit that I like, man. I'm it's a lot of music shit, obviously, and a lot of my opinions on random things, but eventually that'll start coming out, man. I'll probably do that as this EP comes out. I'll probably do that. And,
love it.
But yeah, it's me just right. It's like I'd say it's similar to Tim Dillon podcast.
Oh, cool! I love Dillon,
but a little less like he's just like scorched earth.
You don't need to go scorched earth.
Yeah. I'm gonna stay true to my opinions and shit, but I'm not trying to dismantle the establishment.
Well, if you're ever looking for a guest on one of those, I'd love to hop on and talk about something random with you.
Oh, yeah.
You don't even have to tell me what it's going to be about. I'll just find a way to.
Yeah, that's 100%.
I would love to do that and just chill in the studio with you.
Yeah, that's my goal, was to have make the shows like, what is he going to talk about today?
Yeah, I love that spontaneity.
Yeah,
of it.
that's right.
I'm all about that.
That's another one of those things. Like when you're trying to develop a crowd and a niche and an audience, it's really tough when one episode's about the Chipotle vinaigrette and the next one is about Toy Story 2. So I mean, like, but the through line is me, baby.
Yeah, that's what it is, man. They come for you. They come for your opinions, your thoughts, your humor, your realness.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and that's what I appreciate about you, bud. Is
yes,
the realness, and I can't wait for the world to have high times accessible to them. I can't wait for the doc that's coming with it, and thank you so much for coming on.
Absolutely, man.
I haven't had an episode where I've had the shades on, just hung out and kicked it like this in a long time.
Dude,
So
it's great.
I appreciate the hell out of you, brother.
Dude,
Seriously.
I appreciate you for having me, man. Everything about what you're doing, man. I love it, and carry the fight, man. Keep going, chopping wood.
Amen, man. We're gonna be chopping a lot of wood. That's for damn
right,
sure.
man.
Well, y'all be sure to go check out our man Thomas Edwards. Go stream the music that's out. Be on the lookout for the new shit that he's got cooking. A whole ass project, High Times, and just give him a follow. He's a great follow because you'll never know what exactly come out. It's gonna be something interesting and something fun. We appreciate you, brother. Shout out to our friends from Surfside. No bubbles, no troubles. I'm gonna send you home with an 8-pack you can enjoy. You can enjoy this weekend.
That's enough for the ride home. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Drink responsibly. No bubbles, no troubles. And be sure to visit RaiseRowdy.com for more on us. For my man Thomas Edwards, I'm Matt Burrill. This has been Outside the Round.
I ain't never been the kind for staying in one place for too long. I ain't never been the best at saying I love you to a girl I love. Only got a couple tricks on my sleeve. They usually just